Brought to you by the Fort St. John Co-op.
I'm Dub, and I'm very happy this morning to be joined by Michelle and Stacey from Macenna Staffing Services. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being here. Why don't we talk a bit about what you do at Macenna Staffing Services? It's kind of in the name, but, tell us a bit about it if you can.
Sure. So we're a staffing service, recruiting. We do everything from office administration roles to oil field operators, short-term, long-term. We do direct hires after 3 months. We do industrial management roles. We also do recruiting. So if people are looking to fill a position in their office discreetly or however they want to do that right onto their payroll, we can do that as well.
I see.
And we have thousands of resumes in our databases that we can pull from, and we're accepting new resumes all the time. And we can fill a position pretty quickly, and you don't get the traffic kind of like you do with Indeed to your office.
I see. Okay.
If you're advertising, yeah.
I think that's kind of my next question. You see obviously lots of companies hire and they do it themselves, but then you can kind of take that burden away from their HR department, or maybe they don't have an HR department. It's just one guy trying to handle all this, or person. That's kind of where you can step in and say, we can help you with a lot of this, or as much of this as I guess you want, eh?
We can. And, and that's the thing is that we have, we're building our social media platform. So we're building on that so that we have more viewers and more followers. And as well, through our website, we have our job board. So it's fast for us to post job openings and job positions. As well, we can access our database where we have people pre-screened. When people come in and they have, certain qualifications, we pre-screen them, we bring them in for interviews, and they're already ready to go. So there's no time out of your day having to post the ad, figure out what you're going to say, what the job duties are. You just give us a call, give us a brief job description. We'll have a meeting with you.
I see.
And then we can post your position to get new resumes, send you the best of what we've got and what we're getting. And then you don't have to weed through some of the other ones.
So essentially, as a person who's being hired, even you kind of jump ahead to the second interview if you get that resume handed off to the company. Eh?
That's exactly.
Yeah.
So we always phone the candidate and run it by them. If they would like to go for an interview with that client, and kind of move them towards that. Which it's good because the more interaction we have with the candidates, the better, because then they get to understand our process. And so our process is that we're not a job search for them. We work on behalf of the client. So if the client has a role that they need to fill within their office, then we can access our database from those candidates that are always applying through us and through our job postings. And so it's just a quicker turnaround for them all together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I guess from the other side, you've already sort of talked about it, but imagine then you're kind of an employee looking for a new job. What's again the advantage, I suppose, as you say, one interview, and then suddenly you can unlock all this potential to move on to a second interview with a variety of different companies where your skills may be exactly what they're looking for, right?
Well, that's exactly, they can go hand out lots and lots of resumes. Whereas when they stop in and see us and give us their resume, we add that to our database. So then when we're searching for those skills, if they have the skills required for that job, then their resume comes up. And so we, reach out to them, ask them if they would like to go for an interview, or we send their resume to the client kind of that way. And so you're right. It is a quicker approach for them. Sometimes, it's consistency of the jobs and just still looking on your own. But it's a good start to come to us because we're always accepting good resumes and new resumes for those positions that are always required with the office administration. We also do camp cooks and camp attendants. So we have camps that we manage, everything from the groceries, ordering, to procurement, to the management of the staff and the budgets. So, we have just a wide range of services. So we don't have one specific industry that we're in.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. And the people you kind of get in your database, the prospective employees, they all people with experience, or can it be someone who maybe I just got this piece of education? Do you also look for those people too?
We also look for those people
Yeah.
because a lot of times through the Northern Lights College, the administration programs, business management, some of those programs, it's kind of getting them the roles to apply that training that they've received. And it's, for receptionists, there's kind of like a starting point, right? If someone has gone through and done some of the training, it's, it's a good place for them to start to advance their career, right? It's a starting point. So you don't have to have experience. For the higher level positions, obviously, you have to have a little bit of experience. But for some of those starter positions, no experience. If you have the schooling, then sometimes that's just enough to get your foot in the door.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to talk a bit about the starting of this company. I mean, you're both very high up in it, but the owner is, somebody different. Can you talk a bit about this business starting? I believe started in 97, so we're getting close to 30 years in business already. Hey, tell us a bit about that if you can.
Well, I just want to say if your phone rings, it's probably her calling to make sure that I'm saying what I should be saying on here. I'm just teasing.
Good to know. I'll watch for it.
Yeah, watch for it.
Delete it.
Delete it, yeah. But my mom and I started the business back 27 years ago out of the house.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of a vision she had to provide staffing support to the Fort St. John area and surrounding areas as well, because she had worked in some of these positions and she knew that there was a necessity for that. And so, she grew the business. I left a number of years after and did my own businesses. But, she grew the businesses. At our peak, we were up to over 120 employees. Yeah. Which, doesn't make us a small business at that point. And, and then things kind of when, the industry slowed down here, things slowed down. COVID was kind of another one where we've, had to evolve and things like that, kind of regroup and pivot and determine what we needed to do. But the foundation that she's built with Macenna and, and the client relationships that she's created is invaluable. And now, now that we're in and we're taking it to the next phase, we're modernizing it, we're rebranding, kind of pulling it through and just trying to innovate with technology and making sure that we're staying on top of that. Fostering our new client relations and making sure that we're listening to our clients that we work with to make sure that we're fulfilling their needs in our roles and the services that we're offering. Like I was saying, I touched on it, that we have a lot of camp managements that we do. It's important for the guys in camp to feel like, they're getting good quality food, and we make sure we look at our camp cooks' budgets, we look at their menus, we make sure that everything is cohesive with that, and we kind of take that work out of the pressure from the companies. Yeah. As well, we do all of the grocery shopping procurement services, so we focus on that. We've got small camps where the guys phone in their grocery orders. We do all the shopping for them. It's large items, sometimes mattresses, beds, linens, everything. And TVs.
Very important.
Yeah. And, and so we can get all of those and they just call us and we direct bill the company. So, it's a pretty easy process for them. And those were all of the services that she saw that my mom had seen as a gap that needed to be filled within the community. And helping with those relationships and taking some struggles away from the companies with people not having expense accounts and things like that. We just direct bill and it's easy for us. We're set up to do it and it's our forte.
There you go. See a need and find a way to fill it. All right. Well, then let's look at this kind of from both ends again. If you're somebody maybe looking for a job or, interested in maybe getting involved, or you're a business in need of staffing services, you want to outsource some of the work because, again, maybe you don't have a huge HR department or whatever, what can people do? How do they get in contact to kind of get that conversation started, and what do they need?
Sure. So I'll touch on behalf of the client. I'll let Michelle touch on the candidate. But so for clients, they can give our office a call and reach out, and we'll create a job order, have a meeting with them, and discuss what kind of qualifications and skills they're looking for.
Yeah.
And then we'll have a post up within an hour or two of them giving us the job order. And we'll go through our database, find them resumes. Within a couple of days, we can get them the resumes. Sometimes for the temporary positions, it's a few more extra days just to find someone that's fit for those roles. But yeah, we have large database and we can get to them fairly quickly with good quality candidates who are already vetted, and we've gone through the background checks and skill tested.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I guess you could have a fairly quick turnaround then on this, as you say, if the post can be up in hours, after. Yeah.
Yep.
And candidate side there,
For the candidates, if they're looking, they can always stop into Macenna. We're at 101-9024 100th Ave. Or they can phone at 250-785-8367, and we can help them over the phone.
Okay.
Or they can also send their resumes to apply@macenna.com, and we can go that way. But yeah, we're open 8:30 to 4:30, so come on down.
Do you offer any sort of help? Like if you get a resume and you're like, oh boy, here's where we can help you out a bit. Is that part of kind of what you'll do too? Like maybe...
Yeah, we can suggest how to fix your resume a little bit, but we don't do it for you. We don't do that service.
You'll offer some helpful encouragement on maybe maybe focus on this. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And again, I've got Macenna.com as your website, which kind of has all the information on it. Can I get that phone number? If there's a phone number one more time, just in case someone's listening.
It's 250-785-8367.
Okay. Perfect.
Yes.
Well, Michelle and Stacey, thank you very much for stopping by to tell us all about Macenna Staffing Services today. I appreciate it.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. And again, if you want more info, head over to Macenna.com.
Join us next Thursday for the next edition of Vocal for Local, brought to you by the Fort St. John Co-op. If you have a small business and would like to be featured for free, call us at 787-7100 or email reception@moosefm.ca.